So I wanted to make a video here talking about Paul Washer, because there's a lot of people out there, people subscribe to my channel and other people who believe Paul Washer to be in the faith. They believe he's a genuine, born-again Christian who is preaching for holiness. But the truth is he is not preaching for holiness, he is preaching for sin. And so I want to show you a clip of some of the things Paul Washer has said, and we're going to talk about those. So we'll go ahead and play this clip. But before we do, if you do have any questions concerning anything you're about to hear, you can message us on Facebook at One Reality Ministries. Also, seekaftergod@gmail.com. And if you're still really confused after this, we have more in-depth films on our channel called the One Reality Films. If you check those out, it'll help you out a lot. So let's get into this, and we'll play that clip.
See, I have found so many people. I saw someone last night, and I dealt a long time with them. Precious little girl. She recognized her weakness. She recognized her frailty. She recognized her sin. She recognized there were some things in her life she couldn't overcome right now. But here was her problem. She would see her sin, and because of the work of the devil and sometimes our own heart condemning us, she would put herself in the penalty box every time that she sinned. Well, you can't go to God right now. You can't just keep running back to Him. I mean, you sinned yesterday and you repented and asked for forgiveness. Now you've done the same exact thing today. I mean, you run back to Him, you're just a hypocrite. You don't appreciate God. You don't have a high view of God. What do you think? God just hands out pardon to everyone? And isn't that what we do? And isn't that what we think? We sin, a sin that we've already sinned and already repented of, and because of it we think we need to put ourselves in a penalty box for a little while, at least a couple of days, and try to work our way back into favor before we come to God. Because if we think, actually, you mean if I go back every time I do this, just immediately, not only going back and asking for forgiveness, but expecting forgiveness, isn't that hypocrisy? Isn't that a low view of God? Isn't that treating God as a forgiveness machine? No, it's being biblical.
So according to Paul Washer, you can keep sinning the same sins day after day after day after day, and on and on and on and on. And every single time you can turn to God immediately after doing so and get forgiveness straight from Him. You can commit sin, and once you've committed that sin and you're done committing that sin, you can turn instantly straight to God and get easy forgiveness from it. But maybe Paul Washer should tell that to Ananias and Sapphira in Acts 5, who committed one sin and God killed them. Or maybe you could go to Sodom and Gomorrah and tell Lot's wife that, who simply just turned around and disobeyed and was instantly turned to salt. Or all the many other times that God killed sinners for simply disobeying His commands. In Genesis 38, someone was wicked in the sight of the Lord slew him. The Lord commanded someone to do something, they didn't do it, God kills them. God does not give away this simple, easy forgiveness where you can go and commit the same sin every single day and get easy forgiveness just like that. I mean, honestly, you could go out to the strip club every single day. You could go out and you could fornicate or commit adultery or murder every single day. And instantly after you're done doing that, you can get forgiveness, according to Paul Washer. And he says it's biblical. But what does the Bible say about Christians sinning? It says in 1 John 3, verses 6 through 9, "Whosoever abideth in Him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen Him, neither known Him. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as He is righteous. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that He might destroy the works of the devil. Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God." And don't use the little he who practices sin is of the devil, and whosoever continueth on sinning is not born of God. You look up that word for commit in the Greek, or that word for practice, you'll see it's the word paieo, which means to commit, manufacture, to do, not talking about continuous sin whatsoever. And if you are actually someone who studies the Greek and know it's in the present active tense, when you commit sin, you are in a continuous state of being an unrepentant sinner. And that is what it's talking about. You're either continuously obeying God or you're continuously sinning. You're one or the other. You can't serve two masters. You either are born of God and are a good tree bearing good fruit, or you are a bad tree bearing bad fruit and you're not born of God and you're of the devil. It says very clearly in John 8, verse 34, Jesus answered them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. So if you're committing sin, you're not of God. You are serving sin. You are not serving God. Hebrews 10:26 says, For if we sin willfully after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. So if you think you can continue on sinning and still go to heaven, you are wrong. The Bible makes it clear that the sinners are going to hell, but that the righteous are going to life. The Bible makes it very clear in Revelation 20:12 through 13, that you're going to be judged according to your works, what you have done, your actions, all exposed before God. And if you are righteous, you'll go to life. If you're wicked, you'll go to hell. So don't fall for this Paul Washer lie. Don't think he is a man of God. He is encouraging sin. He's telling people that they can keep sinning every single day and get forgiveness just like that. You can go out and be a homosexual all you want. You'll get easy forgiveness just like that. As we show in our One Reality films, which are all linked down below and on our channel, you cannot be a Christian and a sinner. We show scripture after scripture after scripture, showing you that the sinners end up in eternal punishment, but the righteous enter into life. So if you're looking for more information on that, please check out those films where we lay out all the scriptures, and you can judge for yourself that if the Bible is saying that sinners go to hell and if the righteous go to life. But thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and remain faithful to God's commands.